Hi guys, welcome back. So before we start the video, I want to say a massive thank you to Lawrence Batley Theatre in Huddersfield for becoming a sponsor for our Kickstarter on bricks. If you haven't seen it already, I'll chuck down in the description a little link so you can check that out. With that being said, let's start the video. Woo! So yes, I wanted to do a quick video for you on 3 steps with kind of acting. This will kind of take place after characterization, which I'll do another video on for in the future. So there's 3 things that we're going to kind of look at today. 1 being voice, 2nd being body, and 3 being mind. So the first one, voice. So when you've got your script, you're looking it down, you've kind of already got this kind of character that you're working with. How are you then going to present the lines? So is it a question? Is it kind of a statement? And then actually kind of breaking down how we say each of these words. So is it a no? Is it a short no? Is it a fast no? And how are we going to do that? So an example of this will be like this. So in the monologue that I did, Jeffrey's monologue for an audition, which I popped one of the drafts down. I'll pop that in the description as well so you can check out, or just pop this little thing up there and I'll take straight to it. So in the first part, it says, does it matter to you that I'm going mad? So there's many ways that we can say this. We can say it fast. Does it matter to you that I'm going mad? There's slow. There's kind of the way we can drag it out, and we're also requesting it. So it wouldn't make sense to be like shouting at him. Say this as it is a question, in a questioning way. We could say it more in a statement way, or we could kind of explore the ideas around it. Does it matter to you that I'm going mad? Does it matter to you that I'm going mad? So there's different ways that we can kind of explore through text and how we say it. A great way to do that is to try it in 3 different ways. Try it mad, try it sad, try it to an extreme, because then you can always chip it back. So number 2 being body. What are we doing with our body on screen, on stage, on thing? What are we presenting? Are we presenting ourselves still? Are we presenting ourselves forward? So in this monologue, there was a part where I kind of really utilised on this. We all suffer from us in, don't we? And with this, I kind of leant forward into the camera a bit, and it kind of gives this bit of depth. It's almost quite endearing for the audience to kind of see that leaning in. It's almost as if you're leaning into them and telling it. So there's that to consider when acting. So the first part, 1, how are we saying the line? 2, what are we then doing with our body? Because that's almost as important as saying the line. So we're doing this one, so we're taking the line. We all suffer from within, don't we? And we've played around with that, so we've slowed it down with questioning. And now we're going to add just a simple little body language and just a lean in. We all suffer from within, don't we? Bang! Lovely. And then the last one. What are we doing in our minds? So when we're thinking, or when we're talking to someone, we are actively, in our minds, doing that. A key thing with performance is making it look believable, or believing that you are doing it. So what a great thing can be with kind of, especially with questions, or when we're talking about something, say we're talking about a book, thinking of that book in our head. And then what the audience will do when they're watching that is they're not only seeing a character doing this, but they're also seeing an in-depth character of actually what's going on inside, if that makes any sense at all. So what we're going to do here is, we all suffer from within, don't we? So there's that step from just going, we all suffer from within, don't we? And presenting the line, and actually thinking and almost like being the line, which sounds very like, whoa, yeah, artsy fartsy. But it's quite simple. So 3 little steps, how are we saying the line? 1, what are we going to do with our bodies in the line? We don't always have to do something, sometimes it can be stiff, it could be thing, it could be loose, it could be however. And then when we're saying the line, what are we thinking when we're saying that? What is the character, i.e. us, doing? So another one in this kind of example, so if I go to the top of the mountain like a Buddhist monk, perhaps I'd have a chance. Doesn't sound very exciting there. But if we're thinking about the mountain as we're saying it, 1, it can cue our kind of idea of what's coming next, and we're not sat there. Because I think there's nothing worse when someone on stage, you go, he's thinking about his lines, or he's on screen and he goes, oh, he can't remember his lines. No, there's a kind of, if I went to the top of the mountain like a Buddhist monk, you could do it a bit better than that, I'm sure. But there's just that kind of depth to it, so it's all more all-rounded. So if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Why don't you give it a shot and you submit kind of your version of Jeffrey's monologue? It's online, A Dark Place, Jeffrey's monologue. Why don't you submit it into us? We'll have a look and we can have a bit of a conversation. If this helped as well, or you have any tips, drop them down in the comment and we can get a bit of a conversation going about what's your process and how do you kind of develop on from a basic character into kind of being the character. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you haven't already, why don't you just go ding and give that subscription button a little cheeky little press and maybe we'll all come together and be happy. Yes, brilliant. Thanks, guys, and see you later.